is Margaret Ann Windsor, and this is the second tape, and I'm just going to put on it Affordable Corporate Suites, Salem, where's the letter? And this would be the second tape. While I was at Affordable Corporate, this is corporate, and he owns a whole bunch of these, believe me. He's become quite wealthy, and he owns extended stays, etc. Now then, I've just finished this, and I wanted to get back to it so you got a little background. I'm Margaret Ann Windsor, and I was kidnapped from Buckingham Palace. And just because you don't hear this on network television doesn't make it not true. Doesn't make it not true what they're doing to me. My medical the last few years would prove it in what they've done to me. I'm allergic to chemicals. I have an immune disorder. I'll say it again. I should be able to live anywhere. But when you force feed deliberately me and place me like a home or a house, I haven't had a home really, a room, I'm in a studio here on Northern Drive, a corporate suites, and this is what I'm afraid, that they're scaring me to death. But I should be able to live anywhere. But you inhale it, the fumes and the chemicals. And if it's not corrected, you have to leave or you suffer the consequences. And that's inflammation that makes you so sick. Your immune system attacks itself, your kidneys, your lungs, etc. This has been done deliberately. It's because of who I am, Margaret Ann Windsor. I was kidnapped in 41. They can even use that against me. Law enforcement does not help me. I put on previous tape, and if I'm rambling, I'm upset because I don't know what they're going to do. A simple letter that they were going to bring me telling me I had to get out because I'm allergic to chemicals, and they have to have access to use the chemicals that OSHA tells them to use. And not one word about me telling her I would buy non-allergenic. I'll clean it myself. But they've been doing this, and I'm going to go back to Affordable, and this is where the corporate suite headquarters is, and I've been trying to get the letter that this manager here, McKay, came by and told me she'd give me when she told me I had to get out. So this is where I was back in '08, early '08, I believe. Well, it could have been because it was the spring, I believe. So it had to have been in '07 when I went up there. Yeah, because and the woman that was up there, and I don't know what her deal was. She was supposed to work for Channel 7 here. I don't know if she did. I think she really did. But anyway, she brought me down to Affordable, where the corporate headquarters is here in Roanoke, on Florist Drive. I'm here in Salem, which is like one town here. You just cross the city limits at the Affordable here. Now then, this woman that says she worked for Channel 7, by the way, I paid her to take me there. She took me there and said this was a friend of hers. So she took me in, and it was on a Saturday morning they were open, and explained I'm allergic to chemicals, paid the rent, week's rent because I didn't have enough for a month, and they do on a weekly basis. And so I went in there, and this was a friend of hers, the manager, and I informed her I was allergic to chemicals, paid it, and moved in the next day, Sunday. And got a cab, couldn't get the city bus, and used what few bucks I had left to go and buy a few groceries, very few. I was sick the whole week. Sick, I wish I could have left, but I couldn't. I left at the end of that week. But I want to get back to what happened. On that Monday morning, after paying the rent and moving in on Sunday, a letter came through the door informing me listen to this, that I had to move the furniture out of the way, up against the walls and stuff, that they were going to come in and clean carpet. Now then, also on there was where housekeeping was coming in to clean, and they had to. So I saw her, odd, she was the manager that I'd just spoken with on Saturday about all this, Now then I've got this on me, and I'm almost penniless again, and I can't really go anywhere. Well, I could still walk then, which I had to do all the time. I can't now. So now then, I look out when I got the letter shoved through the door, I look out and the manager's there. I open the door and I walk out to her, and lo and behold, there's a cart with all these goodies that terrified me when they're deliberately used on me, sitting outside my door and out across to the other, right down from me. Another one of them, not across, because it's one big kind of complex thing there. And there was two carts there. And I told her, I said, I just spoke with you Saturday about being allergic to chemicals. She says, well, we're going to have to come in and clean. And we do come in. And we clean with the chemicals that we have. Now then, they did not come in and do the carpet. I left because I couldn't handle it anyway. I left when my rent was up, and I did have money to leave on. Got my check and money to leave on. Now then, this has been going on, what's been done to me. I've put down the places in the past, and got letters from them. What happened, all you'd have to do is Brenda Ellis at Joseph's Dream in Bedford. Call these people, they still have their jobs, and put them under oath, under fear of going to prison if they lie. There's too many of them that became involved in it. I mean, it's killed me, but I'm sitting here today and I'm terrified because now they won't give me the letter, and I've got to somehow get the few things that I have gotten back over the years. And let me remind you, I stayed in affordable, in Quality Inn Airport for 14 months before I had to come here when they changed, and I had letters from them. I've done nothing wrong. I have run, and the state trooper even said at Carl Barton when they brought me from Roanoke Mountain in August of 09, I have a letter I put on here stating that they brought me down because middle of the night, they were hosts up there. Middle of the night, fuel was put on my Sierra tent, and I had to sleep out the rest of the night or sit out. They brought me down to affordable off Starkey Road over Overland Drive, Roanoke. Gene Croft, when I had the letter, and I've shown it on video. And she told me, his wife, this is how we run you with chemicals. And she says, we're Americans. We're above the law. Well, that's true. I stayed there 17 months, soaked it up, and you should see. I wish the world could see what's been done to me and the people who have blatantly lied about it. But I'm here, and I can't get a letter that this ludicrous in itself from this manager, Debbie McKay. It takes simply typing it up. Nothing to do with this letterhead that she doesn't happen to have it here. Someone could bring it over if it's that important. I call corporate, and they sound mad at me. Well, you've got a history of allergy, and I wonder what other people with allergies do if they come in and soak them. They're not me. They're not having it done to them. They would be accommodated. But I'm sitting here waiting for a letter, which she promised me. She came Tuesday and told me I had to be out Thursday. Got me begging to stay somewhere where I'm paying to be soaked in chemicals. Begging for my life, really. Now then, she never gave me the letter. And what happened in here when the maid was allowed to come in here, I hope there's video that appears about that. I really do. I'm not going to say anything more about it. It would tell it itself. Now then, I'm begging her, corporate office, to go ahead and get me the letter since I'm, quote, allowed to pay the rent and stay till, by the way, I've always paid the rent, till next Thursday when it's due again. I'm going to have to somehow haul my things out of here. They won't give me the letter now, and they say they will, but this is Friday. And what's so hard to give me the letter? The corporate office can't. It's got to be done through her, and she refers to them. Then she refers to Lance Cooperman, the owner, is it's come down from him to get me out. How are they going to get me out? The police